If this video came up in your feed on YouTube, then it was literally meant for you, especially if you're sitting here halfway through November thinking that you missed the Q4 season altogether because you're not getting the sales that you thought you were going to be on Etsy and feeling like it's just not going to happen for you this year and you should just try again in January or next year. But let me convince you that waiting till January and thinking you're just going to hit the ground running January 1st is actually a trap, and why the next 2 weeks of listing on Etsy could absolutely transform your business. There is almost no other time of year where you can list a new Etsy listing and get sales today, get sales tomorrow. Usually it takes time for your listings to gain traction in the search algorithm on Etsy and start getting promoted and getting sales. Sometimes that can take weeks. But in this busy holiday season, it is not the case. People are listing things on Etsy today and getting sales tomorrow. And if you don't believe me, just look at these wins from students in my private community like Kelly. She says, I uploaded a listing yesterday that I forgot was in my drafts and it sold within 2 hours. Jenny says, I got a Popular Now badge on a listing I posted last week. Heather says, I posted several shirts over the weekend. I got one order on Monday and another order today for the same shirt. Stacy says, it's been a fun week of sales. I sold an item today that I just listed Sunday from the trend report. Doxy says, 2 days ago, I listed one of the designs after watching the latest trend report. I would have had no idea that this niche was even a thing without Cassiy. Honest to God, I've sold a sweatshirt within 48 hours of listing it. Crazy. Ruth says, I usually try to focus on long-term niches, but this week I saw a funny meme, so I decided to list 3 designs about it and I sold one 2 days later. And even more proof that it's possible, here's 3 different sellers in my private community who've hit 5,000 sales in their Etsy shop in just the last 2 weeks alone. Like Mira says, celebrating my 1-year Etsyversary with 5,000 sales. Tabitha says, hit 5,000 sales today and I currently have 3 items with bestseller badges. Very excited to see how these next 2 months play out. And Casey, who just hit this yesterday as I'm recording this, who said, I just had my 5,000 sale since opening my store 2.5 years ago. So it might not happen overnight, but I hope that these wins really encourage you and motivate you that for the next 2 weeks, you can do this too. It's happening for hundreds of other sellers. Why not you? And if you somehow haven't actually even opened your Etsy shop just yet, then don't think that I'm not talking to you, because I am. You could open your Etsy shop today and also get sales this week. There's actually probably no better time to open your business than right now, because if you can get those first 5 sales, 10 sales, 100 sales really quickly in your store, that is going to catapult your business so much faster than normal. And if you haven't opened up your shop just yet, then comment the word ready in the comments down below and I'll send you my free mini course. This is a mini course that will help you open up your Etsy shop, pick your product that you want to sell from Printify, which is my print-on-demand fulfillment partner. They have lots of amazing products like t-shirts, mugs, sweatshirts, tote bags, tons to choose from. And my mini course will walk you through setting up your listing and getting your first item for sale from Printify within a day or 2. And so don't wait. Now is the perfect time to open your shop if you're watching this right now. And again, comment ready down below and I'll send you the link to the free mini course. But wait, it's not just as simple as just getting any listings up there and making sales. You do need to make research-based decisions for your business all the time, but especially right now in these last 2 weeks of November. So let's go over what types of listings you should be making right now and how to actually find those niches that are trending right now that you can make money with today. One of the biggest mistakes that Etsy sellers make during the holiday season is that they only list Christmas themed items for sale, when in actuality, if you think about the way that you shop for Christmas gifts for your loved ones and your friends, you're not just buying them Christmas themed items for gifts. You're thinking about what their interests are, what their hobbies are, what their professions are, what kind of dog they have, and thinking about what type of gift you can give them based on their life and their experiences. So don't feel like you're competing against every single person out there that's selling a shirt or selling an ornament. Think about how shoppers actually shop on Etsy. They go to Etsy and they type in what they're looking for. So like for my brother, for example, he has a really cute Shiba Inu dog. And so every Christmas I go to Etsy and I type in Shiba Inu gifts and see what comes up. It might be an ornament, it might be a t-shirt, it might be a funny greeting card, but there's so many different options, and that's how most people shop for gifts. And so there's 3 main categories that you want to research on Etsy and find listings that are new and getting traction that you can also list in. Those categories are number one, relationships. So think moms, grandmas, aunts, uncles, grandpas, boyfriends, girlfriends, specific gifts based on who that person is. The second category is hobbies. So this is going to be things like pickleball, sewing, crocheting, fishing, drinking whiskey. There's so many different hobbies and interests that you can design for. And then number three is professions. A lot of people are really, really passionate about what they do for a living, and people will buy them gifts that say things about their profession or are funny things about their profession. So think teachers, nurses, social workers, dental assistants, the list goes on and on. But how do you actually find the niches to design for? For this, we're looking for two criteria. Number one, we're looking for listings that are brand new, 1 month old or 2 months old tops. Number two, we're looking for listings that have 20 plus in the cart or have sold, X amount of times in the last 24 hours, but don't have a bestseller badge just yet. This is gonna help you get to trends that are earlier, that aren't oversaturated from the people who are just hunting for bestseller badges and copying exactly what they're doing. To find these listings really fast and easy, you're going to need a research tool called Everbee. If you haven't tried Everbee before, I do have a coupon and a link for you down in the description to get you started. Normally, I'd say you don't need a research tool to succeed on Etsy, but to be able to find listings that are brand new and selling really fast so that you can get new listings up every single day in your store right now, then this is going to be really a game changer in making that happen. Coming over here to Etsy, let me show you exactly what you'll be doing every day for the next 2 weeks to get these new listings up in your store. And in a minute, we'll talk about how many listings you should get up in the next 2 weeks as well, so make sure to stay tuned. Instead of typing in something really generic like shirts, we want to get a little bit more specific. Let's type in something like teacher gifts. Even if you're selling shirts, typing in something more generic like teacher gifts is going to help pull up other products that are selling well. Because again, people aren't necessarily looking just for a shirt as a gift. They're looking for an overall gift that they can give. And if you can get inspiration from other product types and bring that kind of design style or that kind of saying to your product first, that's where a lot of the money can be made. So taking a look through teacher gifts, you could just scroll through the search results and be looking at what types of things that people are buying right now. But again, with Everbee, you'll be able to see how old the listings are underneath it, which is really important to understand. Okay, this is a 1 month old listing that already has a popular now badge. That's going to be a perfect example of the type of listing that we're looking for. We can also use the Everbee filter. So Everbee is a Chrome extension that's built right into Etsy. So coming over here on the left, you can see this button that says Product Analytics. And I'm going to show you my favorite way to use Everbee to find these listings. So first thing, you'll click the Everbee database and search all of the listings for that. Make sure it keeps your keyword in here. And then from here, we're going to use Everbee's filters. So clicking this filter button, I'm going to type in, I only want to see listings that are less than 2 months old. And then instead of sorting by which ones have the most sales, because not every listing will tell Everbee how many times it's sold if it's brand new. So we actually want to sort by which ones have the most favorites. And if you don't see the favorites option in your filters, you can click this customize button and come down and actually turn on total favorites. And here, that's where we'll sort by which ones have the most favorites. So like this one is 2 months old and already has 5,000 favorites. And you might find a listing like this that's 1 month old that's already sold 113 times. Now this one happens to be a pumpkin made out of books, which is a little bit past season right now, but you can take listings like these and learn from them. And instead you could make a Christmas tree made out of books. Or like this listing that's 1 month old that's already sold 43 times, that's for a school psychologist. And then from there, you need to add value. You can't just copy what someone else is doing and think you're gonna make sales. I can promise you're gonna end up in a sea of copycats if you do that. Take this design example that's selling really well right now. That's just a jolly goose. Look at all of these different people selling almost the exact same design. This is copying. It doesn't matter if it's a teeny bit different, you didn't take a screenshot and copy it. This is copying. You want your design to look 100% different than someone else's, ideas, and there's 2 rules for that. You either need to make it a completely different design style, or you need to do a completely different saying, because we're not here to compete with other people. We're here to find what customers are searching for and then make them something amazing that they're going to say, oh my gosh, I have to have that. That's so cute. That's so funny. That would be the perfect gift. And you don't have to compete on price if your design is different than everybody else's. And we'll actually be going on a deep dive on this topic in next week's YouTube video, so make sure to subscribe and comment the word design down below if you want me to send you the link when the video comes out. So we'll be doing a deep dive on how to actually add value and make great designs for your listings. And I promise you, if you do nothing else for your business, getting better at designing and adding more value will be the #1 thing that makes you more money in your store. So now let's talk about a listing challenge. What should you be listing in the next 2 weeks to really hit the ground running and get as many sales as you can before the end of the holiday season? In my private community, we're doing a November listing challenge, and that had 3 different levels to choose from. Level 1, if you're a complete beginner, you have less than 100 listings in your store, you're pretty slow at listing right now, your challenge is going to be doing 1 new listing every single day for the rest of the month. This is ideally going to get you to stop overthinking, to just do the research, make a design, and get it listed. We're not waiting to list it until the end of the week. We're making a design and we're listing it. We're making a design and we're listing it, at least 1 every day. And this is going to really transform how you run your business. Level 2 is for sellers who already have a little bit of a hang of this Etsy business. You're pretty good at making new listings. You have a pretty good process. You feel confident in your abilities, and maybe you just need to be taking more action every day to start seeing those results. Your goal is going to be to get 3 new listings up in your store every single day for the rest of the month. Try not to miss a single day. And level 3 is for my people who have the big goals, the big dreams. Your goal is going to be getting 6 new Etsy listings designed and posted to your store every single day for the next 2 weeks. If there ever was a time to put your foot on the gas pedal and get some listings up in your store, right now is the time. And to help you get there, I'll link my monthly trend reports down in the description, because for the entire month of November, we've been doing weekly trend reports. So every week I'm posting a video sharing the top listings in holiday categories, as well as in evergreen categories in multiple different products. I'm sharing what trending design styles are doing really well this month to save you hours of research every week so that you can focus on just making great designs and getting them listed as quickly as possible. Or feel free to check out my private community, where you actually get a community of successful sellers, like all the people I shared in the wins earlier. You get 4 monthly live calls for extra trainings, Q&A, and lifetime access to the monthly trend reports. So I'll have all of that linked down below in the description if you're interested and you're wanting more training from me. And make sure to subscribe and like this video if you want to see that how to add value video that I'm releasing next week, and I'll see you in the next one.